It's the last day in the year 2024. It is Tuesday, the 31st day of December 2024. How excited to, be alive till this day. And I know you must be as excited as we are here on Good Morning Anambra show. My name is Nonye Nwokoye, and this morning we'll be talking about 2024 in retrospect. You will agree with me that a lot happened in this country, in the political scene, and the economy. So many areas that we are going to look at this morning. And we have been joined on the program this morning by Comrade Uzo Ekemeze. Comrade Uzo Ekemeze is the founder and country director, Maibu Empowerment Foundation, MEF. It's good to have you, Comrade. Welcome to the studios of Good Morning Anambra.
Yeah, very good morning, Noye, and members of crew in ABS. It's a very wonderful Tuesday morning, and viewers at home, in office, market, wherever you are, we just plead you to join us for us to discuss what we have today in tabloid. All
right. It's been a great year, and it's not without its challenges, so to speak. So I would like you, before we really delve into segments, if you can assess 2024 for us, your assessment of the year.
Let me begin with this, that every year is the year of Lord, okay? Because the year has been made by Lord, by our God, you see? So despite that some years, every year, we have some ups and downs, you see? Okay, let me just draw my clue from biblical point of view, that you see, every particular moment has its even and odd. So in Nigeria, as a country, okay, this year we witnessed a lot of things. Some are good, some are bad, you see? But what we're trying to say in assessments is what befell this country this year is too enormous in negative tendency. A lot of pogroms, a lot of challenges, a lot of problems, a lot of crises, a lot of difficulty in this country this year that is concerned. I can say that it's more than what we have seen in previous year. You see? But despite that, it's as I normally said, you see, when we want to make assessment, you see, we assess it based on what actually happens in that year that are good to us and what it is negative effect to us in that particular year. You find out that starting from economic instability in this country, okay, this is the worst part of it. That even if the, what do you call it?
I think it will be better for us to start from the good ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Because January, people have their prospects. They look forward to a beautiful year. That's why most people go to 31st night. They call it crossover night, where they make a lot of prophetic statements, prophetic declarations of what they look forward to seeing. And that happened early 2024 with what we saw on ground. Does it mean nothing positive actually happened?
Yes, that's what I want to let you know.
Okay.
That every year is a year of the Lord. Every moment is a moment of the Lord. Okay, we should not wait until the end of the year, maybe 31st,
to make declaration.
Before you make a declaration that you are going into this year with prosperous, with a change of heart, with a word of success, with all this. Let me just let us know, understand that any moment that you are, if you know there's something that you're not doing good, at that particular time, repent from it. Don't wait until the end of the year for you to cross over, pass over, hand over, and take over. Okay? So all these things is just a kind of a mere formalities. Because somebody can still say, even those that are going to vigil, okay, are saying that in short, as I'm entering first day of January 2025, I want to be a new being. I want to be a person that people will know that of good character. That the same day, you will see him or her in a beer parlor drinking at him or herself. It's not a kind of trying to provoke God. or trying to somebody to be a person that can say something without something on it. So what I'm trying to say, in effect, is that we should make sure that every year is the year of the Lord, so that we can able to see any moment, not for me to say, I'm changing. Yes, by scientific, analysis, change is constant. And without change, there won't be constant. Okay? So when somebody change, you change for good. And you have to change every time, every moment that you discover that this thing is not good. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to say. In Nigeria, yes, we have a lot of things that happen that is good for us. If not for everything. Okay, let us, myself and you that are here, thank God for the life that he gave to us. Okay? Let us see that the life that we are doing today is not by our making, it's by Lord making. It's the many people has gone. Those people that have died this year we're not more righteous than them. Okay? But it's only by grace and mercy that sustain us. Okay? So let us say that for the life that we have, at least we have to thank God. For the food that we can able to afford. Okay? Despite all these things, myself and you can eat 2-3 square meal a day. Okay? You have to thank God for that. You see? Then, despite all the challenges, we can able to pay our bills or something like that. So these are at least giving us the ability for us to sustain this particular, hardship. Let me just let you know one thing we should do. You see, in assessing 2024 as it's going to end today, we will base it with a biblical imperative. Job was a person that after God's heart. Okay? And
Job or David?
Job is a person that is righteous. Okay. Bible says that he's righteous. Anybody that is righteous is a man after God's heart. Okay? Job was a person that suffered tribulation. I'm talking about the hardship. Okay? Temptation. That he was a slave for the sickness. That to the extent that his own wife tell him that Oga despised God and died. The reason Job was getting the day he was born. That's what I'm trying to say. But do you know what he replied to his wife? He told his wife, do you always expect good things from God without expecting good things from God? So all time, okay, Job was expecting that something that is good will happen, something bad must happen. You see? So if we always base our analysis in this particular scenario, we know that every year something good will happen, something bad will happen. But we pray that let there be more good than something that is bad. Okay? Unlike Nigeria, where more bad happen more than good in this particular situation now. You see, look at people that are killed everywhere. Look at, there's no insecurity, there's no, food, there's no petroleum, there's no electricity tariff is very, very high. And now even tax reform. Okay? You are reforming tax, but without reforming electoral process, without reforming educational process, without reforming police. All these are reforms that are supposed to take place in many years, but now we are reforming tax. Tax is a burden. You know what happened when Rehoboam said that my father used whip and I will use scorpion. He give you bread, I'll give you stone. To attempt, Israel. This is what is the sense of putting burden on people. You know what I'm trying to say? So what I'm trying to say, good happened, bad happened.
All right, let's now begin with the economic situation in the country before 2024. And when the current administration came on board, the first thing they did was to remove fuel subsidy. That was in 2023, and people were praying that 2023 will come and pass, that 2024 will come in with better things for the people. And of course, we saw how it happened. How do you see the economic situation in this country, this 2024?
Okay. Now, first of all, the problem we have in Nigeria is collective leadership failure over the years. The problem is the leaders. And we that elect the leaders are not holding the leaders accountable. Now, let us go into analogy using English term. Okay? We have West, comparative, and superlative. Then, West, comparative, and superlative. That is good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. So, Nigeria, the area that we are good, do we move to better? It's a question of fact. The answer is no. Okay? Let us not talk about going to the best. Because if you are putting a choice, you can say, okay, this one is good. Okay, let me go for better. Then talk about the best. You see? Then, the area that we are good, Nigeria is good. Do we move to better? Let us not talk about the best. The answer is no. The area that we are bad, do we move to worse? Talk about worse. Yes. We move from bad to worse. Because over the years, you find out that the economic, what they call it, situation in Nigeria has grown from bad aspect of it to the worst aspect of it, the worst. If not going to be to the worst. We pray, not even praying, we are asking God for forgiveness. Because I tell some people, let us, even this today, nobody should go and pray, God, please help Nigeria. What we are going to be praying is that God forgive us for we have sinned against you. Due to that you give us all these abundant mineral, natural resources. And we don't recognize it, that we are wasting it. We are just even not know what we are going to do about it. We just only go there without recognizing that God had done so much for us. It is time to thank God and ask for forgiveness. Not even ask God to forgive, to bless us or help us. Because God cannot help you. There's a difference between an extent of, what they call it, humanity possibility and spiritual possibility. Okay? God created human being and know where you cannot do something. So that is the limit of possibility. Is where God starts. Then the limit of what you can do, God can not come there. Fuel is here. Crude oil is in Nigeria. Why are we importing fuel and saying the subsidy has gone? Gone is where we've gone from bad to worse. Okay? Now, if God gives us crude oil, are we going to ask God again to come and manufacture it and do this thing for us and make it to come down to 2 naira a liter? No, it is possibility of humanity. Okay? Then God does not operate in impossibility because in his own dictionary, if to say, there's nothing like impossibility in the dictionary of God. Everything is possible. So what are we saying is that in economic situation, okay, fuel, was 187 naira before. Now it is 1,110 naira or 250 naira as the case may be.
Some 1,080 naira.
Some 1,080 naira. Before now, dollar is 465 naira per naira is just 465 naira, okay, per dollar. Now it's 1,700 and something naira per dollar. It's not from bad to worse, from worse to worst. That is what we're talking about. So it is worse, comparative and superlative. So Nigeria in this 2024, okay, have gone from bad to worse. Where we do good, we didn't go to better.
Economic-wise.
Economic-wise. Okay? So what we expected from that good, where we are, which we say that, okay, these things are with us, with our domain, okay, is a good, what they call it, attribute to Nigeria. Let us move it to better the country, better the society, better the well-being of the masses. No, rather we now bring them back and stay where we are. And that is even going down to the worst aspect of it. So what are we trying to say in economic aspect of it is that Nigeria needs an economic reform. And to reform that economy is to hold the leaders accountable, because what we are electing is those that are there for their own personal gain because of bureaucratic corruption, okay, and metamorphosed to political corruption. Political corruption is particularism. That is when you are given an opportunity to serve the masses. You use it to enrich yourself, to your loved one, relation, and friends. These are what is happening in Nigeria. Look at somebody that even call you to come and give an account even in the Senate. Somebody can say, we're not going to come to answer Senate. Probe and robe. They say they probe, but they will not robe. Now, finally, let me ask my fellow Nigerian. I said that nobody is more Nigerian than any other Nigerian. You see, EFCC will recover 23 billion. Recover 48 billion. Okay? Recover. Then, at the end of the day, the president will now send a bill to borrow loan from China or to borrow loan from IMF. Okay? Where is this money that has been recovered? Are they looting the looted loot? You say recover money. If you recover such a money, hey, how can we come and go and borrow money again now? Bring it to us now. Let us use it to at least start to offset some certain bills, and country will be better. So which means it's either they recover it and loot it again, or they did not recover it, it's just a mere propaganda.
All right, now, talking about the economy, can we come down to the common man? What the common man that you will look for in the house of a common man and you will get if you don't see any other thing, which is gari, and of course bread, which is the food that children loves to eat and whatever. We knew how much these things used to cost, and of course with the increments in the prices of petroleum products and all whatnot, we saw how the prices of goods and services skyrocketed. And of course, the oil that we used to buy, 2,500 naira, highest 3,000, that's 5 liters of groundnut oil, went as far as 20,000, 23,000 naira per 4 liter. That's what we saw in this 2024. And we saw the bag of rice that went as high as 100 and something thousand naira. And a whole lot. So many families don't drink milk anymore. So what do you have to say concerning these ones?
Yes, very well. Whenever you build a foundation in fault, in lies, it's bound to collapse. So the government of the present day, build the administration on lies. And lies, they don't tell people the truth. Bible said in John chapter 8, verse 30 to 32, that you shall know the truth and you shall set you free. It's not that I just start telling them the truth. Now, common man, now let us put this in a simple time. That is to simplify it. Yeah. The House of Assembly, National Assembly, all the senators and the House of Rep, they have what you call wardrobe allowance. They have what you call newspaper allowance. They have what you call vehicle maintenance allowance. The worst part of it is hardship allowance. Now, you have asked me, common man that cannot afford gari. That common man that cannot afford gari that is in hardship. Him and the person that is the senator who is in more hardship than for you to go and put hardship allowance. Instead of you to go to a market woman that's selling bitter leaf at a coca that is under the sun, Hoshi's sun, passing hardship, to pass that particular budget, this hardship allowance, I think we go to our constituency, all these people that are facing all these particular problems, selling this, let us support them. This allowance should go to the constituency. Rather, he is telling you that he is staying in the AC 24 hours and eating, flying up and down with the flight and all these things, is in hardship. He's not lying and deceit. When they're talking about this kind of music, they call Ogogongo, dance of deceit. The dance of deceit that the government are doing. Because you now tell us that you are doing this, but they're not doing that. That's why the Bible warns us. The problem that we don't go with God's warning. In Proverbs chapter 21, verse 22, it said that beware of those that clamor for change, because their clamority will come to them on our way. When they talk about change, ABC, change, this and change. What is that change now? If they warn us, they will not hear. So now, common man that cannot afford gari, a bottle of oil is 2,500. Remember what Michael Okpara did when he was the premier of Eastern region. It is palm oil that he used to develop the Eastern Nigeria, become an industrial hub in West Africa. Now we can buy that oil, 2,500. That oil is almost 3,000 naira a bottle. Can a common man do that? Milk, you talk about milk. Why are they drinking milk? They don't drink milk. What they transfer themselves is soya milk. And soya milk cannot even be offered. They say milk is milk. Soya milk and the cow milk. And all of them are milk.
And some of them, the productions, you don't even know whether they are produced well or not.
Of course, because the processing cannot be even what you can write home about. But they can say if they don't see this, if you don't see what you do what you see. If the what you call the preferable is not available, the available become preferably preferable. So the soya milk is something as cow milk, and they're going to soya milk. Soya milk cannot even be afforded because now it's very, very high. Cost of commodity in the market is very, very high because leaders are telling us lie. They don't want us to know what is happening. I'm telling the example. You say recover money. Where is that money? Subsidy is gone. Where has it gone to? If I say that I come here, I've gone to Enugu. You can follow me to Enugu and see me. Where is that subsidy? So you can be able to trace it and know where it is. It's not traceable. It's not available. It's not reachable. And it's not going to be what? Everybody can be able to access it. It's not accessible. All this is what we are seeing. Subsidy is gone. Fuel is 1,000 something. Until you sell fuel 150 naira per liter or even 70 naira per liter. In 1980, a liter of fuel is 50 kobo. 50 kobo. $1 is 80 kobo. in 1980. At that time, it's not good. We expect $1 to be 0.5 kobo now. If you want to go to better, don't talk about the best. So instead of us to go to 80 kobo a dollar, it goes back to 1,700 naira a dollar. It's not from bad to worse. So that is how to assess Nigerian economy. Thank you.
All right. Now, we move away from economy. Let's look at the politics of Nigeria. You know, some states held their elections this 2024. Some had their local government elections, some governorship election. And of course, the crisis that we experienced this year in Port Harcourt, and one begins to question, or River State, rather, one begins to ask, actually, what actually is going on in our political circle? Is this the way the younger generations or the upcoming generation will learn to run their own politics?
Thank you very much. Let me start from River State so I can be able to go to other areas in terms of election. River State is a crisis. Why other states like Edo, Ondo?
River State is a crisis.
I say River State is talk about political crisis now.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about other states that conducted the election like Edo, Ondo, and the other. This one is election. Okay. Then from
the local government in Anambra State.
Political crisis in River State. Not only in River State, but in Nigeria. Okay. The problem is what we call successive dynasty. Okay. Dynasties. Succession. Okay. Problem of dynasty succession. That I'm the person that are going to bring person that are going to be governor. Other people, there's no any particular internal democracy that are going to reflect the interest of the party. Party does not do primary again to nominate people. Rather, it's by selection. They're going to succeed me. The 19th succession. Like somebody who is a king. If the king dies, his son replaces him. Okay, it's automated. So I'm the governor now, and the person that are going to come again to rule this state will be determined by me. That is what happened in Rivers. And by the time the person, when you bring him, and there are times if you go contrary to what you have already said before, then become a crisis. And somebody who said that if I'm leaving the office, I'm not going to come back again. Let Rivers State, let other estates be on his own. We'll still be eating yam and using one eye to be looking for the cassava. That is on our tabu, on our gianya. Okay, so you don't leave the people. You talk in two-sided of math. All the politicians are two-sided math politicians. Okay, they are transactional politicians and not an economic politician or statesman. A statesman will think about the society, but a politician will think about next election. A statesman will think about next generation. Okay, this is what we have. They don't think about generation of River State. What they want is that it is me that are going to be in control. If not me, everywhere will scatter. But I thank God that somebody that was put as a governor for Bari, okay, take his stand as a man, okay, and challenge all those things, because if you challenge the mind, you will not mind any challenge. That is very, very important. So let us take a clue from that man standing on his own. Despite that somebody said that I'm a person that made you governor, okay, I will not allow you to rest. That is it. Then coming to Edo and the Ondo state election. Okay, election is a carried because I was telling you that the electoral process has to be reformed. Okay, INEC need to be reformed and change them entirely. Okay, because you cannot tell us A, I'm doing B. Could you believe in Edo State, the IRF was showing a different result? INEC, we are having a different result in manual, and they continue to announce it. What kind of discrepancy? I tell that we are moving from bad to worse. Okay? How can you be announcing different results? This one is saying the same result. It happened even presidential election. Oh. Presidential election. Okay? To the extent that all the political agents, national election officers in this thing are telling Mohammed that this thing you are saying is, Professor of Jigawa State University was called to announce the result. Okay, that he created from Jigawa State. What he has in his manual is different from what is in the RF. They are telling him that what you're announcing is not what is in this thing. That you can stop it. Man said that what I have here is what I'm reading. After 1 hour, they asked him to go back and reconcile himself and come back again. He's not to tell you what kind of political pagana, political instability, electoral, what we call the gerrymandering that is going on in Nigeria, that you cannot be able to be sure of what you are going to do. Let me just tell you, did you see Trump and Kamala Harris try to go to electoral, officers or electoral empire in America? No, they go to people. People are those people that are holding that particular mandate. PDP draw their clue from section 2, section 14, stop 1 and 2 of 1998 Constitution, who said that the power belongs to the people, in whom the government drives its powers and authority. PDP say, PDP, power to the people. Does power go to the people in democracy? Is none. Power goes to the INEC and court. If you go to court, did Trump take Kamala Harris go to court? No, because Kamala is not that Trump win fair and square, and they go to electorate, and not for them to go to electoral empire. Nigeria here, electoral empire determine who wins the election, and finally will be decided by court. So anybody at court announces that he win the court election is who win. Until we come back and say that people will determine, people become the determinant of those who won the election, and not those people that are in the electoral empire or judiciary. Because judiciary is corrupt, electoral empire is corrupt. Until we dealt with those people that are corruption have become endemic, pandemic, epidemic in Nigeria, that is when we are going to now come from all these shackles of deceit by these political leaders. Then coming to the local government election is until when we come, let us not start deceiving ourselves. Okay, until when we establish what we call local government independent electoral commission. Let it come out from the state, ambit, and go to an independent body that are going to conduct election. Let me just, local government election is even more important than the governors and all this because it's grassroots election. He who knows, I know you know me. Okay? Okay, as you do, we know. Okay, so this is grassroots because government must go to the grassroots. It's grassroots that are feeling the impact. Reflect the democracy, giving the democracy to the grassroots. So for us to make it happen, not for them to have peak, we are going to make sure that local government election is conducted independently as they have local government financial autonomy. All
right, says good morning, Anambra, and we are talking 2024 in retrospect with Ozo Ekemeze in the studio this morning. At this point, we're going to take a short break. Let's feel the pulse of the masses. We'll be back to continue.
2024 has been a year that is very, I don't want to say it. The year is having both the good side and the bad side. I've experienced a lot of things. This year was the year I graduated. Now I'm in NYSC, as you know, serving the country, and it's been fun, actually, to some extent. And at the same time, you know, as someone that has goals and you have things that you work towards, so you have things that actually didn't work out the way you want it to be, and you have things that actually work out the way you want it to be.
It's not really funny. So bad. The experience is so bad.
Now this 2025 I got na Chineke ga-emere anyị ama. Ebubi ya ọ ga-ewere amara ya wee zute obodo a maka na ihe ụkọ ihe mbuju anya dị too much. Ka o mere anyị amara na this 2025 ekpere anyị na-ekpe give anyị pass through 2024 ka nke ka mma bịara anyị na 2025. My view of this year is I wanted to end this year actually as one of the students in the university, but actually I find a better part of life that can help me to achieve more of my dream than to attend school. So my best in this year is there's a company I work with that it can actually help youths outside there to achieve their dream, actually to not make them to be a liability in the society, but also be a dream achiever. So this business I'm doing is what any youth can pray for, and that's also my dream of being in business, and I like it so
much. Welcome back. You've heard the people speak about what happened in 2024 and their feelings, you know. And I still have Uzo in the studio talking about 2024 in retrospect. Now, you know, with what people have actually said, let's look at insecurity in our nation this 2024, and of course, other areas that we had some issues before we wrap up. For our time is running farther than we think.
Yes. One of the indices of a failed nation is 3 factors. Okay, one, when you can no longer control your economy, that is indices of a failed nation. Then, when you can no longer secure your territory, it is indices of economic, failure, it's a failed nation. When you no longer control your political aspects, this is indices of a failed nation. And Nigeria having these indices now, okay? Look at it. You see, we cannot secure our economy. We cannot control our economy. That's why we are borrowing money here and there. IMF is determinant of our economy. Then, in terms of our borders, to secure our territory, people are coming in and trooping in. We don't know who is who. Some people are invading Nigerians, from marauders and invaders. Okay, causing all this. Go to northern part of the country. Okay, bandits have become what do you call it, a morning duty, like in Afghanistan, where normally wake up somebody every morning with a bomb blast. Okay, it is a normal routine that every day you hear about kidnapping in Sokoto, in Zamfara, in Kaduna, in other part of the country. Even if in our southeast here and other places, kidnapping are happening. Okay, where are we securing the life? The primary purpose of every government is to secure life and property, as known in Section 14. Okay, when you fail from the primary aspect of it, then you are already gone. Don't go to secondary aspect of it because you don't do the primary aspect of those things. So now, Nigeria has been, Abacha said that if insurgents last more than 24 hours, the government hands are on it. I will tell you that government's hands are on this thing. Because one, you cannot tell me that a vessel will sail from the ocean shores to Nigerian shore and carry vessels of oil out without Nigerian Navy knowing about it. People say oil theft. Who is oil theft? How can you thief oil where people are there? I tell them that you have security and they will come with the vessels and load vessels of barrels of oil and go away without government knowing about it. So when things continue to persist, some people are benefiting from insecurity in Nigeria. Everywhere is not being secured. People are kidnapping on the broad daylight. Okay, in everywhere, in the north, in the west, in the east, in the south, everywhere you can have insecurity. It's just because the same thing also happened in our health sector. Okay, people are dying. You can take some people to hospital. Then bring a quack to diagnose somebody and give him a different diagnosis, and the person will be earning that ailment, and after that, the person can give up. Okay, all this is what they are going to reform. Health sector, life is important. These are securities. Okay, not only applying those people that are armed robbers and kidnappers and invaders and marauders. Okay, what of life that have already been sent to a particular place for him to be treated and get held. Yet, God give you that opportunity for you to start from their possibility humanity. Okay, then all the rest is for God. You see, then yet you cannot give the person adequate attention. You cannot give appropriate medication for him to, or diagnosis for him to be held. Rather, we talk about what of organ harvesting. Okay, some of the doctors are colliding with people to harvest organs. It's happening. So all this is where are we going from this place? Okay, you go on the road, you can't be secured. You go to hospital, you will be afraid whether you are harvested. So Nigeria is the mess. It's corruption. Corruption is the bane of this particular issue. And until we tell ourselves the truth, for us to come back, and ask all these people that are doing this thing through our electoral process and change them entirely. The country will continue to move from bad to worse, from worse to worse. And the good thing the good that we have, we cannot move it to better, because we don't want to move from good to better.
All right, now, you know this popular saying that once there is life, there is hope. I don't know whether you see any hope at it, coming 2025.
Yes.
But before this time, we'll be in 2025. Yes. I don't know if there is hope. What do you think, the people, the government, everybody, because for things to work, all hands must be on deck. What can we do to get a better Nigeria, Anambra?
Now, as you said, there are analogy that say when there is life, there is hope. I want us to qualify it with an adjective. When there is good life, there is hope. Not when life is deteriorating, we say there is hope. When somebody, you see, that's what they're talking about. There's no hope for the person, because every day, you're moving from bad to worse.
We can do something.
So now, that's what I'm going to tell you now. Until you have to now ask God for forgiveness and use your humanity possibility appropriately and leave God possibility, divinity possibility, okay, to take its own course. You cannot ask God to come and do humanity possibility. Nigeria asking God to do money because we are just staying there watching. God, please help us. God cannot help us until we begin to help ourselves by our humanity possibility. That is what we are expecting in 2025. Let Nigerians come back to their humanity possibility and leave divinity possibility for God to do. So that is where we are going. And we have to now make sure that everywhere you are, whether you are a civil servant, whether you are a market trader, whether you are a president, whether you are governor, whether you are councillor, whether you are chairman, whether you are senator, whether you are house of rep, anywhere you are, whether you are conglomerate, okay, is true corruption. And zero tolerance to corruption. That is when this country will be good. A leader, a president must present very well. A president must be a person that are going to reflect the interests of the whole masses and the people that are suffering, people that are downtrodden, must take priority of them, and not for all the affluence of people that are in the corridor of powers, okay, are subjecting those that they cannot be offered a bread to the abject poverty.
All right, quickly, we've mentioned corruption, and we know actually that in everything that is not working well, we see some, aspects of corruption there. I don't know, and this is not just in Nigeria, in other nations of the world, but do you think we can actually fight corruption in Nigeria? And if yes, in one word, what could be done?
Yes, to try all the leaders, from president who have been past presidents, even now you are, we try you. In Bangladesh, in Pakistan, ministers are thrown to dustbin, even sometimes in crocodile den. Okay, they tried it in China, in Japan. These people have been tried and sentenced. Let us start from the leaders. Let me just tell you, for us to make Nigeria to be better, please let us stop fighting this corruption by those people that are downtrodden. First, let us start from the leaders down. Okay, it is upward, downward, not downward, upward. Let us start from the top to down.
All right.
That is the method of the corruption in Nigeria.
Thank you. All right. We'd like to appreciate you so much. Now that we know that there is hope once there is life, thank you for coming.
Once there is good life.
There is good life. Thank you so much for coming. It's been great having Ozo Ekemeze in the studio, founder Maibo Foundation, Empowerment Foundation, join us this morning. Thank you once again for being here. And of course, this is where we wrap up the show. Good morning, Anambra, for today. We thank God for a beautiful 2024. Beautiful because we are all alive, just like he said earlier in the program. And we are looking forward to